How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be talking about my Halloween mask. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the collection. I've decided I'm going to do 6 of these at a time, but I'm going to keep this up semi-regularly. I don't want this to just be a Halloween thing. I'm a big fan of masks. I buy a bunch of them, and I have a big collection. So I'll do, a bunch of little videos. A lot of them are store-bought, but I have done little bits of customizations on some. 2 of the masks here are going to be slightly customized. I don't have any from the ground up right now, but I am working on a few that I'll probably show off in the next video. I'm working on a Trickster Mask from All Hallows Eve Part 2, and it's coming along really nicely. So whenever Part 2 comes out, you'll see that, and hopefully some masks that I'll buy in Halloween clearance after the holiday's over. But first things first, the first of the 6 masks I want to show you, and by the way, these are not all going to be Halloween, the John Carpenter movie. They're just masks that you can buy around Halloween or you'd wear around Halloween. But the first one is the John Carpenter movie, and let me slide Mr. Mannequin Head in there. There we go. This is my very first Michael Myers mask. Now, I'm a huge Halloween fan. You would think that I would have had one already, but the fact is, and it's just plain and simple, these are $60, and I tried to wait for them to come out in clearance, but the problem with that is they always just pack these up and sell them next year. You never find them in clearance, and they actually go really fast. The first store I went to when I finally decided to buy one was completely out, and the second store, this was literally their last one of the classic 1978 mask. They still had Halloween Kills, the burnt mask, but for my first Michael Myers mask, I really wanted it to be the main one. This is, as you can see, I saved the tag because this is a new one still, and yeah, so $59.99, but this is the Trick or Treat Studios version, so if you guys want to see the information on the back, but overall, really fun. I did find out why Michael Myers doesn't talk, though, and that's because the mask is so freaking tight. You can see it's got a little ear hole, you got the nose, and this actually does have a mouth. I know it's kind of weird me sticking the fingers in his mouth, but I wanted to show you that the mouth did open, but a very tight mask, but then again, I do have a big head, and it does have the hair attached. Whenever you get a Michael Myers mask, real hair, for me at least, is a definite thing I wanted. I didn't like when he had plastic hair. Never in the movies he had plastic hair. Some of the masks, though, they just make one big rubber mold, and they're still like $30, and it's not like it's super cheap. You also see some, what fans have called the Econo Myers, which is just the face, and you use your real hair. But I wanted a real one from the first movie, and yeah, it's pretty cool. One thing I will say with the hair is it's in pieces, so this is a hair piece, and they brush it back, and then like this is a hair piece, and they brush it back, and there's like 4 of them. But if you're not careful, you can give them a little bit of a bald spot. So keep the hair pushed back. Even if the hair comes completely off, I could probably just super glue a wig to it and fix it that way. But yeah, my first Michael Myers mask from Part 1. That's really fun there. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. What do I have next? Up next is the first, it's a repaint. It's my Leatherface mask, red on the inside, yellow on the outside. So this one, some of you may know, it's a common, I think I got it from Party City, and it was labeled Serial Killer. And I was like, that's actually pretty close to Leatherface. So what I did is, this was originally regular flesh colored, and I took it and I gave it a unique paint job. Basically, you get yellows and grays and a silver paint for each of these stitches, and I was able to get it to that classic Leatherface yellow relatively easy. This is just cheap Walmart paint, and I did use a cheap Walmart spray-on varnish to keep it on there. And even though it's a flexible rubber mask and it moves around, I was worried that would cause the paint to crack, but I guess the paint's good enough, the varnish is good enough, it stayed on there. So yeah, the mold of this mask is just your standard Party City serial killer mask, but the paint job is what I did for it, and it was able to give me a good Leatherface, because surprisingly, Leatherface doesn't really sell too many masks around Halloween, so I had to make my own, and hey, it looks pretty close to the movie. One thing I always wondered, and if you guys know the movie, was the hair supposed to be part of his mask, or was it just the face and that was his regular hair? Like, is it like Michael Myers, or is it just the face? And well, my hair's brown, so I was able to just do the face and it still looks movie accurate. But yeah, I really do love this paint job. One of my favorite customizations I've made, and it's just a really cool Leatherface mask that, you know, this Party City one was cheap. It was like 10 bucks or less, and I was able to change it to something from one of my favorite horror movies I've ever made. And yeah, I made the inside red like it was the inside of a bloody face. Or did it come red? It may have came red. Anyway, moving right along to one that I was excited to find. Also a cheap Party City mask, but it's movie correct even though it's generic. And that is the mask from Alice Sweet Alice. So Alice Sweet Alice is a 70s proto-slasher where you get this girl who's suspected of being a serial killer, and the killer wears this mask, which is a makeup job on a clear mask that just distorts the face enough where you're not quite sure who it is. And I bought one of these before where the makeup wasn't movie accurate, and I tried to change it, and that project did not go well. But then I went to, I believe it was Party City, and I found, because you want black around the eyes with the blue, and it has the red lips with the white teeth and these black eyebrows, and a little bit of pink blush. Yeah, that's the exact same color pattern as the movie. The last one I found didn't have that. This one had the movie accurate color pattern, so even though it's generic, it's movie accurate, and I really love the movie Alice Sweet Alice, so I was really glad to get the Alice Sweet Alice mask. I love collecting masks from horror movies, and it's just great to add a semi-obscure movie to my collection. Go watch Alice Sweet Alice if you haven't seen it, but really glad to put that in there as well. I love this mask, and on the white mannequin it looks pretty cool. I'm trying to find a way to display them. I just have them with their straps hanging on thumbtacks right now, but love this mask. Let's move along. First of two generics, this is also a slight customization. This is the Spirit Halloween Ha Clown. So semi-retro, a clown mask, always gotta love clown mask. But my customization on this one is I made the eye holes wider, which the first time they were so thin you could barely see out of it. There was a bottom piece on the chin that just kind of suffocated, so I cut it along the jawline, and it also had just a tiny breathing slot for the mouth, but I thought it was kind of funny if the mouth was all the way open and you could see the person, whether they be frowning or actually smiling themselves. I like the double mouth effect. So the paint on here is pretty much original. I did have to touch up around the areas I cut, and also I sanded them down. Plastic, when you cut it, can be kind of sharp, so I just got a sandpaper and went over it. If you guys do customizations, be careful. You know, this is try at your own risk and all that. But yeah, I sanded them down along every edge I cut. I made the nose holes a little bigger too. So this is primarily the Spirit Halloween mask, but I cut out a few pieces to give it a better mouth and bigger eyes and stuff. But overall, a generic clown, but I like the retro feel. And the Ha, I didn't know. I thought the Ha might have been a little bit too direct, but I guess because it's a retro feel and it's supposed to look like old-timey circus advertising, I think it somehow does kind of work, and I really do like this mask with its customizations. Overall, again, a cheap mask, like 10 bucks or less, and I thought it came out quite well. So yeah, a slight customization on that. Just, you know, a pair of scissors and being very careful, but I do like my version with its improvements. And I don't know why, like, face masks around Halloween, you think they'd want to use less material, but they always try to add too much to, like, the top and the bottom, and it either chokes you like this one did, or sometimes there's another mask I'll do in another video where right above the eyes it took a sharp curve in and just started stabbing at your forehead, you know, like, they should be more flat, you know, that's what I think at least. But anyway, love this custom, really fun, and only a slight customization on this, so that's the last of the customizations. Move along, I have a second clown, thought I'd put both clowns in the same video. Another retro clown, this one is as I purchased it, no major customizations. But yeah, a retro clown there. Oh, he's too big. He's too big, you can't see the top of his head. I gotta pull him off. But yeah, he's got a little hat. Push him back, maybe. He's got a little hat, and he's got this blue face paint. And I love how much he just looks like an old, like, clown statue, you know. I love, he's got, I thought about changing these. His teeth are blue, which is really weird. But I do love how he feels like an old statue. I love just picking one color. Sometimes they go too crazy, but this is primarily blue with the red and the orange. There are little tufts out to the side and his little hat, which I'll show you guys better in a minute. And these eye holes are a little small, but you can actually see out of them pretty well. Overall, I really love this. Just a classic clown mask. I had to pick it up, and when I take it closer to the camera, just look at this texture. It's not just white, it's really aged and got the browns rubbed into it. That is a really nice texture for this mask. And there's his little hat. Little, oh, that's kind of creepy. Look at it. Yeah, so this is Vintage Clown number 2, and I like this one as well. I'm kind of a weirdo. Whenever I hand out candy at my house at Halloween, I always run back inside a few times and change out my mask, so I'll be like 20 different things for Halloween. But anyway, last mask of the day, kind of a different one. This is not horror, but it's still a mask you might wear on Halloween, and it's something from my childhood. Well, not literally from my child. I saw this movie as a child. I didn't find the mask till like last year in a thrift shop or something like that. But anyway, we have General Grievous from Star Wars. It's a relatively flat mask. But yeah, it's got the ears on the side. This piece, I guess, just kind of to hold it together. So it's got gray where it's supposed to be holes. But yeah, General Grievous was just such a fun and crazy character. Easily one of the most memorable elements of Episode 3. And I saw it standing there, and you know, usually you just see like Darth Vaders and stuff for Halloween. But a Grievous was just kind of a unique enough pull that I had to get it. And plus, oh man, I didn't get rid of it. I thought I had got rid of it before the video. Someone wrote the price, $3.99 across the top of his head. $3.99 for a Grievous. I couldn't pass this up. So a fun little mask, and you know, really straightforward. I do really like, I mean, in case you can't tell from most of the mask in the video, the flat mask with just the band on it is just such a classic pull it on type of mask. So yeah, General Grievous from Star Wars. Strangely enough, this mask has elastic, but also a band you can put, you can take that on and off. So I don't know why it's both elastic stick and Velcro. And there's the inside where you can see the pretty much just straight mold piece. A little small for me, but I mean, these are made for kids, and actually not too bad on me either. But yeah, this is just, hey, a fun way to end the video, something that's a little different. General Grievous right there. So I'll definitely be back for more of these. Like I said, Halloween clearance is coming up. I'm definitely going to snatch up a whole bunch of masks during clearance, and I'm also going to show you my All Hallows Eve Part 2 Trickster Mask assuming I don't horribly mess it up. So check that out in part 2 whenever I get around to that. Hopefully early November, because, you know, Halloween clearance, got to go do that. Anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You're really helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom. That'll probably be my Halloween playlist. If you want to see me talk about Halloween stuff, that'll be down there. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Relevant playlist on the bottom. Have a good day now.